This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
You know how we're back in the cage when we do Nick Cage movies? I was thinking for Sandler, we could be back in the sandbox.
Certainly not quicksand.
I thought you were gonna... Well played. I thought you were going to say back in the sandal.
Back in the sandal?
Like saddle, but Sandler.
Sandals are really like terrible footwear. Like terrible design, if you think about it.
All sandals?
I think so.
You live in constant fear that your foot will just slide right through all the way to the other side.
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to decipher what the fuck you're talking about.
I just think it's a poorly designed piece of footwear because it's not all that comfortable. It's not all that functional. I just think sandals are bad.
It's functional. The function is to keep your feet as aerated as possible.
Oh, no. Cover those things up. Not a feet person.
Your picks have been horrible, man.
It's the point. It's the point of the show.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? It's possible. I don't understand what this podcast is about.
Poppycock. It's a fuck house.
On a weekly basis, we are consuming more concentrated bad movies than probably anybody in the history of mankind.
Poppycock.
What story? What story? What are you talking about?
Do you want lunch?
I have yet to laugh in this movie. I'll just tell you that.
You picked it, motherfucker. So just remember that.
You know what the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
If I were gay, I wouldn't be offended.
They're fucking making shit up, Amin.
Inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail.
Bees don't lie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm holding a mic in my hands, and now I'm talking all alone.
Welcome to Cinephobe, podcast where we break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Al-Hassan. That's Anthony Mayes. If you have a submission, under 40% or lower on Rotten Tomatoes for the audience or critic score. This week on Cinephobe, we watched the 2012 comedy, That's My Boy. Not a part of the Rental Wars. This one was on Stars. You're welcome.
It was for me, baby. The rental wars never stop.
Oh, man.
This is 6 rentals in a row for Maze.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
You got to expense that, Maze.
But the funny thing is, for the price of like the last, I don't know how many rentals, you could have just had Stars.
Right.
You might have, like, just get Stars, man.
I feel like I don't need to subsidize it because I can just write this off as charity.
That's true. You can do that. This movie stars Andy Samberg. Why do I have Addy Samberg? I can't type lately. Addy Samberg and Adam Sandler. We're back in the sandbox. Sandbox?
Back in the saddle.
Back in the sandal. Andy Samberg had a bunch of Lonely Island videos popping up in 2010 and 11 for Saturday Night Live. He was in Friends with Benefits in 2011 and Grown Ups 2 in 2013, past Cinephobe. Sandler was coming off Grown Ups 1 in 2010 had Just Go With It and Jack and Jill in 2011, and he'd have Hotel Transylvania in 2012. And, of course, Grown Ups 2 in 2013. How many Sandler movies is this now? Like 4?
Rapidly.
He's climbing.
He's only at 3. It's Grown Ups 2, Deuce Bigelow, and That's My Boy.
That's My Boy also stars Leighton Meester from Gossip Girl, Vanilla Ice from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, James Caan from Eraser, Milo Ventimiglia from The Killing Season.
I don't know what that is.
Grown Ups 2, Gilmore Girls, This Is Us.
Who's he in Grown Ups 2?
He's one of the frat boys.
Oh,
Blake Clark, who's in almost every Happy Madison movie.
don't know what that is.
Rachel Dratch, Nick Swardson, Will Forte, Tony Orlando, Ciara, Eva Amuri Martino, and Susan Sarandon, her mom, Baron Davis, Rich Eisen, and Dan Patrick.
And the Danettes.
Oh, the Danettes in it too? Are they the crew?
They're the crew, yeah.
Of course. All right. That's My Boy is directed by Sean Anders. Yeah, that's right, Boogie. Sean Anders.
Oh, the dude from Workaholics?
No.
No. He directed Sex Drive, Daddy's Home 2, Instant Family, and Horrible Bosses 2.
No way.
And he wrote She's Out of My League, Hot Tub Time Machine, We're the Millers, and Dumb and Dumber 2. So mixed bag here.
Really?
But some hits.
I was watching We're the Millers the other night, man. Damn, that movie's funny, man.
It's a good one. That is a good one. Does that qualify?
It doesn't. I checked.
Oh, damn
When
it.
he calls her Meryl Streep, black cock down. Wait, real nuanced acting there, Meryl Streep. Way to disappear in the character.
David Caspi wrote That's My Boy. He wrote 18 episodes of a show called Marry Me that starred Ken Marino. He also wrote and helped create Black Mondays with Don Cheadle.
That show's amazing. That dude wrote that?
I've only seen the pilot, but the pilot was great.
Yeah, he also wrote Happy Endings. He created Happy Endings.
Yeah, 58 episodes of Happy Endings, which is solid. It's a
which
solid
is a
show.
good show that slipped through the cracks. And this is his only movie script, and
I can see why.
he stayed in TV.
A synopsis for That's My Boy is, while in his teens, Donnie fathered a son, Todd, and raised him as a single parent until Todd's 18th birthday. Now, Donnie resurfaces just before Todd's wedding after years apart, sending the groom-to-be's world crashing down.
Okay.
Tagline, everyone has a teenage crush. Donnie's went a little too far, 30 years later, ...
That's not a tagline. That's a synopsis.
How about this for the other tagline? The story of a child, ... and his son. Now that's a tagline.
That's a tagline, yeah.
$70 million estimated budget.
Unreal.
It grossed $36.9 million US, $57.7 million worldwide. More like that's my flop, boys.
Where does $70 million go in that movie?
It's a great question.
Renting the house?
Jump into this movie before listening to the rest of the podcast. That's My Boy is available on Stars. Unless you're Maze, then you have to rent it. It receives a 20% from critics on 115 reviews.
How?
And 51% from the audience on over 121,000 ratings.
51%?
51. Man, he's always skewed. Sandler is always way bigger with the audience than with the critics.
Sandler files.
Right. Sandlerites?
Sandilinians.
Sandalinians, that's what it is. Amin, do you want the positive or the negative reviews?
I'm so devoid of any sort of patience or energy for this. Fuck it. The positives.
You do. You sound a little affected.
It was just, I mean.
It's a really long movie.
And it's not even a movie that, forget about the time. It doesn't pace well.
No, it doesn't. It feels like a long movie.
It feels every bit as long as it is. That's what she said.
Well, everybody's just thinking about the negative. Well, I think the glass is half full. Everybody thinks it's half empty.
Positive reviews. Ben Kenigsberg of Time Out. The basic joke keeps on giving, and the sweetness of the parent-child bonding scenes plays well.
Fuck you.
Barf.
Chris Hewitt of Empire Magazine, UK. Not nearly as terrible as burped out Sandler disasters of recent years. There's enough funny stuff here to remind us of his talent.
Fuck you.
I like burped out.
Jim Shembry of 3AW. Say what you like about Sandler. His fans simply ignore all critical contempt. His ability to get A-list talent to dive into his comic world is extraordinary. Leighton Meester deserves a special bravery award for signing up to do this.
Fuck you.
Mark Ellis of Schmoes Know. Let's talk about Sandler because he's doing a character here. You wonder, is it going to be a little Nicky thing, Jack and Jill, where it gets annoying? No, I laughed and never got sick of this character.
Ugh.
Fuck you.
Gary Walcott of Tri-City Herald. Everything about That's My Boy is offensive. I cannot explain why I liked it. I guess even playing an offensive, vile, self-centered cretin, Sandler is likable.
Nice try, but fuck you.
L. Thompson of E! Online. Adam Sandler just might have made the funniest movie of his career, a dysfunctional father-son comedy that also rather astutely comments on the public's perception of Sandler himself.
Oh, just go fuck yourself.
Willie Waffle of WaffleMovies.com. The funniest movie Adam Sandler has made since 50 First Dates.
Oh, what a sentence that is.
Is that a positive or a negative?
It's a positive from Willie Waffle.
He might have waffled on it. I don't know.
Willie?
Won't he? Chris Hewitt of St. Paul Pioneer Press. That's right. Chris Hewitt wrote 2. He also wrote the Empire Magazine UK one. But of the St. Paul Pioneer Press, if you're not a Sandler fan, it won't change your mind. But if you wish he'd return to the gleeful weirdness of Happy Gilmore, your wish has been granted.
It was gleeful.
I guess. I don't know. I can't comment. I mean, he's right. I'm not a Sandler fan, and this didn't change my mind.
Negative reviews.
At this point of time, my thought on critics not liking stuff is, then turn it off, you fucking weirdo. You have so many options. People who watch an entire project to hate on it, man, it is so weird to me.
Andrew O'Hare of Salon.com. It points you toward the irresistible conclusion that for all his success, Sandler feels only contempt for his audience and tremendous insecurity about his own stature in the comedy universe.
I didn't get all that from this movie, but sure, dude, whatever.
James Roche of MSN Movies. If someone told you about almost every joke in That's My Boy, you would think they were either a sociopath or a budding serial killer. Richard Roper of richardroper.com.
Mr. Roper.
Vulgar, tasteless, mean-spirited, and most offensive of all, not funny.
Yeah. On the money.
Eric D. Snyder of film.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch something funnier than That's My Boy. It's a video of my mother being torn apart by bears. Good day.
Dude's got issues.
You can go fuck yourself, too.
Wow.
Wow.
Gotta hear both sides, I mean.
I did.
All right, Stephen Whitty of Newark Star Ledger. Most of this is just gross without being funny, full of the go-to jokes, fat people running, old people talking dirty, that only dirty-minded kids would laugh at.
This is a movie for dirty-minded kids.
And then 3 more. Renee Rodriguez of Miami Herald. Is it time for Adam Sandler to stop appearing in his own movies?
What other movies would he appear in?
That's a great question. Joe Newmeyer of the New York Daily News. It truly does take a village of idiots to get these films made. And then Michael Phillips of Chicago Tribune. Even with 87 and a half years to go, the 21st century may never see a stupider comedy than That's My Boy. Amin, what is your first note?
My first note, every Sandler movie has bad kid actors.
Oh, you're right.
Every single one. I mean, they're exceptionally bad. Beyond how most kid actors are bad anyway. They're exceptionally bad.
Massachusetts, 1984. Young Donnie Berger is walking around in middle school and he's got Van Halen tickets. 3rd row. Some homely kid says to take a girl because he hears she has big nipples. I can't express, and this is maybe rude, how fuck ugly this kid is. I mean, this kid looks like Alfred E. Newman, right?
Yes, he does.
Oh, the kid with the cast? The Alf lunchbox?
Yeah, the Alf lunchbox, that kid.
That dude kind of looks like the guy from Young Frankenstein.
Igor?
Right.
Igor as a youth.
He looks like Jay Baruchel as a youth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Jay Baruchel.
Come on, Amin. Don't be mean to Jay.
All right, young Donnie says he's not into girls anymore, and the other friend says he's into guys too. Donnie says, no, I'm into women.
You know, but what's funny is the kid that plays young Donnie, he looks like he grew up to become Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We see his teacher, played by Susan Sarandon's daughter, walk down the hall.
I knew they looked alike.
She drinks out of the water fountain in slow motion. Do you guys call them bubblers?
No. Call it a water fountain.
I think it's a Midwest thing.
You just called it a water fountain. I don't know why you thought of bubbler. Also, have you ever seen a woman drink water sexy?
Probably.
Because I haven't.
In this movie, just now.
They do it in the movies all the time. And it's a very common movie trait. I've never seen it I've never oh my God, look at her drink water.
Like in the wild.
Yeah. It's just not real.
I'm going to start looking. Maybe I've been paying attention.
Lick your lips while you do it.
If I'm wearing a mask, is that going to...
Lift the mask and then lick your lips. So they know.
The ugly kid covers his crotch with his Alf lunchbox. Donnie asks her to the concert. She says she's his teacher, not his girlfriend. Donnie says something about having a summer fling, hand jobs, no expectations.
Don't go psycho on me right away.
And he gets a month's detention. The ugly kid asks what a hand job is, and the gay kid says he doesn't know, but he thinks he wants one. Kids talking about sex is never funny humor to me.
Does that ever get paid off? Because I didn't finish the movie. I had like 20 minutes left.
Oh, spoiler alert.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
We don't even know if the friends are characters in the movie.
I don't think they are.
Kids talking about sex, funny in Superbad, although they're not quite kids. Funny in Good Boys. Funny in Booksmart. Again, they're kind of on the older side.
Nah, I don't think Superbad and Booksmart count.
Okay.
Good Boys for sure.
Yeah, it's funny then because in a weird way it retains some of the innocence of like they literally don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right.
As opposed to this is just like, oh, you know what would be funny? If a kid said the word hand job. Which is a really, really, really creepy thought for a writer, a producer, a director, and other actors to all be supportive in saying, yeah, let's make this. Again, I think this podcast has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm not a prude. But like, come on, man. Like,
welcome to Cinephobe, podcast where Mino Hassan proves that he's not a prude.
Yeah, a shadow of a doubt. All right, they're in detention. Donnie's in a lot of trouble. He says his dad's going to kick his ass. I kept waiting for us to see his dad.
It was a weird choice to not show the dad.
Dad was obscured by a bailiff, I believe, in court.
I think so, yeah. And I thought that was going to pay off at some point, like it'd be like Hasselhoff or some shit, and it just never did. He's in a lot of trouble. Then the teacher starts flirting with him. He spits his gum into her hand. She chews it. She unbuttons her sweater. She said he was sweating like a jar of pickles in the hot sun in a basketball game. Grabs him, takes him to her office. He's super nervous, says he's made sex before.
I'm a virgin.
And then she rapes a child.
And it turns out that young Igor has been there the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Susan Sarandon Jr. Not bad.
Oh, she's bad as hell, man.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Have you seen Californication?
No.
Oh, she's in that?
Yeah, she's in like the first season of that show with David Duchovny.
That show with who?
David Duchovny on Showtime.
Zach, how do you pronounce the name of the star of Californication and X-Files?
David Duchovny?
David Duchovny. May says David Duchovny. Like you're from fucking Mississippi or something.
Seems like a weird...
David Duchovny? That's
a
wrong.
Weird criticism.
It's Duchovny.
David Duchovny.
Okay, I wasn't on Amin's side before until you just tried to correct Amin there by saying Duchovny. Now I'm on Amin's side.
Duchovny. Do.
Now we basically have a statutory rape montage.
Yes.
My next note is I hate this ugly kid. I really hate that kid. He's up there for kids in the Cinephobe universe I hate the most. It's still problem child kid number one, but I hate this kid this kid's up there.
No, the
He's
kid
up there with the primal kid.
The kid from Ballistic X versus Severus. Yeah. I want to punch him in the face.
All right, we're at a school assembly. For student class president. We hear them having sex somewhere, keeps interrupting the speech. The custodian pulls the curtain open and they're fucking on the piano. She screams. PE teacher gives him a thumbs up. Baron Davis is nodding in approval. Student body cheers for him as he walks to the stage. He raises his arms. They're chanting his name. Male teachers are chanting his name. And now we're at the teacher's trial in court. A lot of people think he's living the ultimate teenage boy's fantasy. She's pregnant, has no remorse.
Honorable Judge Gentile reads her statement.
I would fuck that kid again and again. He makes me feel like there's a rainbow coming out of my beaver.
My note was, what are we watching?
She gets 30 years in the women's penitentiary. Unborn child will be given to Donnie's dad until he turns 18. Then he gets custody. We get school headlines. He's on Us Magazine. He's become a star. Opening credits. He's on Arsenio. He's on Letterman.
I don't get why he became a star.
Right. That's also a weird decision. He keeps making the eating pussy signal with his fingers. He sells the TV movie rights for $100K.
So he's settled, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's also 1989, and he's a kid, so I don't know.
You think you could make 100K last from 1989 to 2012?
No.
I don't think I can make it last to 6/12 tonight.
I don't think 2021.
Alan Thicke and Ian Ziering are in the TV movie. Highest rated TV movie of 1989.
I'm wicked famous, and I got a wicked big schlong.
He's on the cover of Rolling Stone with the two Corys. He's blowing all his money. We get Donnie Berger present day, and he's a drunk, and was it a Camaro or something? I don't know what he was in.
Piece of shit is what it was. With Rush on the hood.
Yeah, Rush sucks, by the way. I'm so done with this Rush stuff.
Again, like every Sandler movie,
it's the same shit.
If you are Bill Simmons, this movie's for you.
We find out he's got tax issues, and Rex Ryan is his accountant. He could get 3 years in prison for not paying taxes since 1994. He needs to pay $43,000 by the end of the week. They'll suspend the sentence, and then we get a Rex Ryan loves Tom Brady thing.
Topical.
And Bill Belichick, bobblehead, yada, yada, yada.
I wrote, the voice that Adam Sandler is using is awful.
Sandler is doing a truly awful voice for this one. It caught me off guard, man.
Maybe that's what these reviews are talking about. Maybe he's doing that to prove, like, fuck you guys, I can do whatever I want. I can be the Adam Sandler caricature.
Again, caricature of what? That's what he is in that. You guys act like he's fucking Laurence Olivier in fucking normal movies, and then this one.
Well, hold on. Who is acting like that? Who is acting like Adam Sandler is a good actor?
I'm just like this shock, like, oh my God, he's a caricature of himself. Like, himself is a caricature.
He doesn't always do this voice. This is the annoying.
He always does an annoying voice. What are you talking about?
This one was extra annoying. I mean,
no, this one was like he leaned the fuck into it.
Wait, more than Waterboy? More than Little Nicky?
Waterboy was 14 years before this movie.
More than Zohan? Every movie where he just doesn't play like a dad in a family, then he's going to have a stupid ass fucking voice in it.
Rex has a tip on a fat guy to win the marathon, 8,001 odds. He's going to put 20 on the fat fuck.
This is the same plot as Uncut Gems.
Rex suggests asking his kid for money.
By the way, Uncut Gems, he has an annoying voice in that too.
It's not the Sandler voice. I think you're missing the point of this. Not that he does a voice. It's that he's doing the Sandler voice. And he's leaning the fuck into
deep
it.
gravel, and he's like trying to do a Boston accent.
I'm not picking up what everyone's throwing down.
That's clear.
It's just white noise to Amin.
The whitest.
He also doesn't want to listen to what it's actually being said.
All right, Reggie.
Right, that's what he's doing. That's not what he does in every movie.
Yes, he does.
He hasn't done that since like Little Nicky. All right, we find out that he named his kid Han Solo Burger.
Han Solo, I thought it was a pretty good name. That's the other sound of voice he does. Well, he's not going like this. I think that's his way of like, I'm cool and I'm kind of like meta in this scene. Fucking hack.
We pan to the life of Andy and Leighton Meester that they have, and on the cover of a Memorial Weekend wedding section for the Times. He's worried that somebody can find him because they're in the paper. Takes a Xanax, has an extra pair of underwear for emergencies. She says not to be so weird around her parents. Now Donnie's at a strip club. He's talking to the stripper on stage. That's the woman from Borat, right?
Yeah, Lunel.
She's a very funny comedian.
Her name is Champale, and she works at Bacon and Legs, a 24-hour strip club / omelet bar.
He needs money. We see Nick Swardson, and he screams to the stripper,
again,
"My face is your toilet."
Again. Like, is he a delight to have around? Does he have a good plug on fucking cocaine? How? How does he get cast?
Donnie yells. I mean, anyway, it doesn't take much to be in this crew. I mean,
even within that low standard, that low barrier of entry, I still am amazed that this guy keeps getting roles.
I kind of want to get into this crew.
Like, you want to be part of it?
Yeah, but not now, though.
Why not?
Maze, you tripping. Netflix cut the ultimate goddamn green light check for him. Okay. This is the time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he's not slowing down anytime soon.
That's true.
Donnie yells at Nick Swardson to show some respect. Let's see. What's happening? They're eating breakfast on stage?
Yes, she's eating breakfast upside down while she's suspended from the pole, just spilling all over herself.
Donnie sees Han Solo in the paper. He says he must have lost weight or something because that's my boy.
He said it! He said it!
We get the stripper eating and I mean, you got to bring the energy up for the people, okay?
I mean, like,
they said it.
This is.
We get the stripper eating and drinking upside down. In the paper, it says that he was orphaned at age 9 in an explosion. He changed his name to Todd Peterson.
Sierra works at the strip club,
yeah,
but not as a stripper.
No, as a waitress.
Sierra is Champale's daughter.
She's done. Colin Quinn says, now looking hot and ignoring doctor's orders, please welcome Amber. And the girl walks out in a halo neck brace. I thought that was funny.
Colin Quinn, this is how he pays his bills. Not by being funny. Professional comedian Colin Quinn, not by being funny. Political comedian Colin Quinn, not by having like a show where he talks about shit. Just by being a fucking flunky character in every Adam Sandler movie. That's how he pays his bills. Congratulations.
A strip club DJ in 2 scenes.
Swardson yells, what the fuck happened to her? And then he calls her RoboCop at one point. Sandberg and Meester pull up to his boss's home with her parents.
Her dad is the dude from the Jamie Foxx show who was Jamie's manager at Jingles 2000.
Yeah, that's the dude I mentioned earlier. You said I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's the guy from The Waterboy, the Cajun coach who can't speak. This is the same house as Grown Ups 2, right?
Is it?
Isn't it?
I think that was the trivia in Grown Ups 2.
Isn't it?
The background looked totally different, and I was wondering if they CGI'd the water out in Grown Ups 2.
I don't care.
The boss says that you can tell that she likes Todd for Todd, not like the last 3 whores he married. True story. All 3 whores.
The boss is Tony Orlando, right?
Yes.
He says his staff are lucky to be in this country, so abuse the shit out of them. A lot of racism in these Sandler movies, if you notice.
But like lazy racism.
Not that good, old-fashioned, hard Scrabble racism that we're used to.
Yeah, pull you up by your own bootstraps racism.
Right, exactly. Sandberg is just being awkward. Leighton's brother is home. He's a Marine. Todd salutes him. Chad asks him if he's a soldier or even a Girl Scout. Since it's a no, tells him to take his hand away from the forehead and shake his hand like the civilian he is.
I didn't get the whole. I wasn't the need for that character.
Chad then privately threatens Todd. Donnie goes to the Randall Morgan show, and that's Erin Andrews. That was the receptionist?
Yeah.
Wants to see Randall. She says no. He says Randall will be psyched to see an old friend. She says he's on vacation. Then Vanilla Ice walks in, and she says that Randall's waiting for him.
I get it. She was lying to him.
Ice gives Donnie the silent treatment because he says Donnie banged his mother.
He didn't know. It's not like her name is Ice.
Man, listen. Queen took 50%. Suge took the other 60%. I fucking owe money when that shit gets played, man.
That was literally the one time in this entire movie that I laughed. I fucking owe money on that shit.
They're both broke. Maybe he should call Ice's mom. She'll give him money. Ice tackles him onto a glass table, but it's like this whole start of this whole I didn't spill my beer thing that starts happening.
Stop! Collaborate and listen!
Randall walks out, and it's Dan Patrick. He's going to do a show on 80s train wrecks, and he might slip Donnie in after the Milli Vanilli dude. Could get him $400.
He asked for more blush, like John Wayne Bobbitt in his penis reunion show.
Topical.
Was that in 2012 that was going down?
No, I don't think it was in 2012.
John Wayne Bobbitt humor. When was the last time that joke was mildly relevant? When did that happen? Like 92?
93.
Yeah, these movies are just how many references they can make to old shit.
But it's references that if you are of that age, makes you long for the halcyon of fucking America. Like the
right.
Like, oh shit, Dan Patrick, that's my Vanilla Ice. Remember we used to dance eyes like, oh shit, fucking Tony Orlando, oh Rush is on the soundtrack. It's my favorite band. Like, that's what it is. It's all for people of that age range who grew up in that part of the country. Every bit of every one of these movies. And then throw in some piss, shit, barf, cum jokes for like against 12-year-olds. I don't know.
Donnie pitches him on Donnie and the teacher reunion from a woman's prison. Dan is checking out the makeup girl's ass, asks about his kid. Dan likes the idea of a show about his kid getting married. If he gets him and his kid to the prison this weekend, he'll give him $50,000 cash. Then we see Chad is difficult with Todd.
You think you're better than me?
Jamie, who's played by Leighton Meester, says Todd is great. That doesn't make any sense. I wrote great with humbles. I think I meant numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, with numbers,
right.
yeah. Because
she gives him a multiplication problem, and he pretends to be a robot and says the answer.
Jamie's mom says, are you sure you're not a Chinaman? Cut to the Asian staff saying, white whore, and licking the plate.
And they're very cartoonish in the way that they act. So like the Asian staff. And so it's not like they can right back at you. Like they can one up them.
Yeah.
It just makes them look worse. So the racism humor isn't like there's no redeeming part of it.
When Andy Samberg says that it's inappropriate, is he acting?
That's a good question. He might just be like, what are we doing?
It would be a start if he did.
Oh. There he is. There's Amin.
Now he showed up to the podcast. Donnie shows up and says Jamie is even hotter than she was in the paper. He makes a Tawny Kitaen reference. Of course.
Topical.
My next note is his character is this for 2 hours, huh?
I have a feeling there's probably like 30 to 40 minutes of extra footage that fills in the blanks.
Sure.
I have a shocking note that I could reveal now, but I'll reveal it some point later.
I thought you already revealed it when you said there was a scene you laughed at.
That was pretty shocking too.
Yeah, he gives her a giant book that says how to screw in the dark. She opens it. It's a flashlight and a screwdriver inside. He got it from Spencer's Gifts.
What's up?
Yeah, then it's a whole what's up thing.
Again, something that, was it 1998? Right when Dan Patrick's Sports Center got 30 million viewers a night. And,
right.
You know, like it's all kind of all on brand.
Todd says that his old man friend is Donnie. Donnie salutes Chad. Donnie hits on the old lady.
Stacked pretty good.
Todd is trying to come up with a story about when they met. Donnie says he saved his life because Todd dropped a burrito on the train tracks, leapt down, tried to retrieve it. I guess just clip the story. They ask him a bunch of questions. Or don't clip it. I don't give a fuck. It's not interesting.
Not in the slightest.
They're insisting he stays there. He says Jamie can be his breast friend. Breast with an R.
Yeah.
Everybody laughs.
I smiled.
The old lady likes the book. You smiled?
I smiled at, because he kept saying, with an R. Because I am a sucker for jokes where you beat the joke into the ground and explain it. So.
All right. Now they're in the bedroom arguing. Todd says that Donnie's there for his money. Donnie says no. His mother is sick in prison. He pulls nunchucks and condoms and a natty light out of a garbage bag.
Luggage.
Oh, where'd you get that, Louis Vuitton?
Donnie can't believe Todd hates him. He never gave him shit. Todd says he never got anything. Donnie says that he gave him a snake. Yeah, but it died when he ate all those Quaaludes.
It's the first time a king cobra laughed.
I take pride in that, so fuck you.
Quaaludes, another reference to a bygone era.
Todd doesn't even know how to ride a bike. Donnie asks him about Mr. Mitty. He used to put an oven mitt on his hand and talk in a voice when Todd was sad. He doesn't remember that. He remembers driving his dad home from the beach when his dad was drunk, and Todd was just 8. And he says, "You look 14. You're such a huge fat fuck." Todd says he's diabetic because he was allowed to eat cake and lollipops for breakfast every day. He was 400 pounds when he was 12. And then Donnie asks Todd for some Axe body spray.
This is the part where I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
Right when the Axe body spray joke was happening is when I lost consciousness.
Do you have any Axe body spray? No, Donnie. I don't have any Axe body spray because I'm not a fucking douchebag.
Guests are arriving. Todd wants Donnie to put on a tie. He'll never sell out. He does it for $100. Ha, get it? Donnie's dressed like an asshole. He's got boots, he's got shorts, he's got a t-shirt, he's got a tie, he's got a white blazer, he's got a mini ponytail.
He somehow looks worse than he did in the last scene.
Todd's boss is introduced to Donnie, and they do a was up thing. Everyone's doing it. Todd fucks it up.
Spiru's son is a pot-smoking bum.
Now Donnie is talking to all these hot women about saving Todd's life. He's got a bottle opener on his belt. Will Forte and Rachel Dratch recognize Donnie. They ask him about his son. He says he became a dick, a private eye, a big, hairy private eye. Will starts to ask him a question. Donnie finishes it thinking he's asking him to bang his wife. He just wanted an autograph. On her tits? Piece of paper would be fine.
He snuck another "that's my boy" in there. He said it.
He said it. He said it. Everybody telling him they wish they could have banged their teachers. Donnie can also do the number computing in his head. Todd's mother was a math teacher, after all.
Granny says the headmaster used to slap their hands with his dick.
Funny, because you know why? Because she's like a grandma.
She's old.
Yeah.
If you have an old lady say shit, it's just automatically funny. And if it's dirty, then it's even funnier.
Yeah.
Will Forte gives up being the best man to Donnie. Todd says he doesn't have to do that. Will says he was surprised when he was asked to be the best man. It actually made him feel sorry for him because they barely know each other. They just work together.
You got a twinge of kind of amusement in your voice.
Me?
That was, yeah, you sound like, oh.
I like Will Forte, so I like his delivery on shit.
I like Will Forte.
I will not apologize for that.
Will Forte would play a character who would accept being a best man for a person he doesn't know also.
Also, I laugh because my next note I know is exactly what Amin hates. The boss has Fenway Park built into his backyard. There is literally no reason for this.
There is a reason.
It's so Adam Sandler can hit line drives to a bunch of random people.
If we just, like, before every movie, do you think Adam Sandler would take half the movie ticket price for his movies if you bought a ticket and then they record you saying, I bet Adam Sandler is good at sports. He looks like he is. Because it feels like he just wants to work sports into every fucking thing he does to show that he, like, plays ball and all this shit.
Exactly. He wants to show that he plays ball, like he's not like these other Hollywood fucks that have never been near a basketball court or whatever. And also part of it is so that he can have people from the sports world that he silently beats off to be in his movies. Shaq, Baron Davis, Dan Patrick, Rex Ryan, like that's why.
Donnie says, lose the ties, let's go hit some dingers. And Todd is worried about sports. Has his glove on the wrong hand. Chad fixes it for him. Everybody can catch. Even Grandma makes a diving play. The 2-year-old picks one.
A woman catches it in her cleavage.
The dad catches one in his beer. Donnie finally hits one to Todd, and it hits him right in the throat. Everybody wants to throw it in. He refuses. The toddler does it. Todd flips the toddler off.
The toddler is basically Mike Trout, and his fiance calls Andy Samberg a big vagina.
Stripper calls Donnie when he's in the jacuzzi with a bunch of women. He gets out to talk.
Champale.
And he's got a hard on.
All right, so he's in there with the 5 bridesmaids. 2 of the bridesmaids, the one that caught it with her cleavage, and another one, Dana Goodman and Julia Wolof, were the comedy duo that accused Louis C.K. in November 2017 of sexual misconduct in 2002.
Okay.
While I do not support sexual misconduct in any shape, form, or fashion,
don't use a button there. Don't use a however.
No, I'm not using a but or however. I said while I do not condone sexual harassment in any shape, form, or fashion, it makes total sense that these comedically challenged hacks would be in this movie. Yeah. I said it.
Oof. I mean, I don't know enough about them as comedians to know whether or not they're
in this movie. That's all I need to know.
I mean, Chris Rock's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Dare I say it? In the words of Dave Chappelle, maybe your comedic dreams are never real to begin with.
They appear in a scene where Adam Sandler stands up and we see his large boner through his boxers, a Ron Burgundy boner, and everyone is in awe. Must have been traumatic for them.
Champale wants an update on the money and the show.
I like when Zach gets uncomfortable. Like I
just think that this is a dumb, unnecessary road to go down.
I'm here for it.
I think you should be here for the rest of the podcast, not that part of the podcast.
I've got a problem.
I've got a problem with pussy.
Yeah.
Nick Swartzen is in the locker room of the strip club stealing money from the strippers.
Champale exposition was just there to remind us of the plot of the movie.
Jamie and Todd are fighting about the cake. He already fucked up her flower. She's being very harsh and he's being kind of a pussy. Donnie comes in while he's showering to talk. Donnie suggests he goes down on her to ease the tension.
If I kiss their pussies, they kind of go, you're right. You're a good guy.
Todd is wearing a bathing suit in the shower. He's got a massive New Kids on the Block tattoo on his back, and Donnie is laughing his ass off because the heads are all warped because he was in the 3rd grade when he got it.
Andy is a never nude.
He's a never nude. Donnie has a tattoo of tattoo from Fantasy Island. We get this exchange. I thought that was funny. Well, it's not. And I wrote the theme of this movie.
Shout out to Hervé Vilches.
Did you guys ever see that HBO movie about him?
My Dinner with Hervé.
Oh my God, what a great movie.
Is it? We should watch that.
Isn't it?
We don't get to watch good movies. Oh,
that's right. Yeah. Todd is being tickled by his dad. Donnie's dick is hard for some reason.
The dick is back.
I'm glad I slept through all of this.
Chad walks in on them. Chad wants the winner. He was all-state wrestler. He takes his clothes off. He talks to his dick about not liking Todd. He smacks himself in the junk to get the blood flowing.
To puff that fucker up.
Chad is talking to him about fucking his sister. Donnie knocks him out with a bottle.
Low-key, Milo is acting his ass off.
He kind of is. It's a bad character, but he does it well.
It's a bad character, and it's pretty transparent what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
But he's acting his ass off.
Todd tells Jamie that Chad fell asleep drinking, and she's in her wedding dress because it's a $12,000 wedding dress. She said that Donnie is trailer trash, but she's sad about his son running off.
You look hot in a $12 Wang Chung dress.
Yep, I just woke up at this part.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Some comment about blowjobs, and he says, we don't do those.
That was funny to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of exposition in this scene. The forward in the book says that he misses his son who ran off. He took 3 Xanax and he's horny. She doesn't want to have sex with her family in the house.
You ever had sex with a lady's family in the house?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You and me?
Quietly, or?
That's up to her.
Did you read her the 50 states?
I showed her the 50 states.
Showed her the 50 states, my bad.
Bent over a barrel and showed her the 50 states.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was quite enough. No one's...
Lack of barrels at my in-laws' house.
No one said anything. Amin, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Doing it right now. Donnie is going to jack off. He's got no options but the grandma's picture. And I wrote, this scene goes on for a while. A while.
What have you done to me?
He's doing it to then present day grandma's picture. Next day, she walks into Donnie's room. She's cleaning up the cum tissues. They're everywhere.
Oh, dear.
Todd walks in to clean them up. They're sticking to his hands.
Oh, there's so much tissue. Oh, goodness. Oh, the poor thing. Oh, I'm an old lady.
If he's sick, maybe he shouldn't masturbate so much.
Oh, that's the big reveal at the end of this bit.
My next note is this movie isn't even halfway over.
My next note is postnasal dick.
That was good improvisation. Postnatal dick.
We get a Living La Vida Loca reference when they talk about banging her.
She bangs. Yeah, she bangs. You sure? She wasn't leading La Vida Loca.
Fun story. You guys remember William Hung?
Yes.
Yes, she bangs.
I was at a high school graduation party that one of the students threw at like a club or whatever, and friggin' William Hung showed up and sang She Bangs.
They paid for that?
They paid William Hung.
Woo!
Wait, did he perform the song and just like take his money and then leave?
I think so, yeah.
He didn't stick around?
That's a big time move.
He did not stick around. It was 17 and 18-year-old kids.
Well, I would have thought that even so, William would have hung.
James Caan is a priest, and I wrote, does he have an Uncle Frank Irish accent?
Sure does.
That is exactly what he's doing. He's actually playing the real priest from Lawnmower Man. And the priest and Lawnmower Man dropped the accent. He's supposed to be in this movie.
So we get this whole exchange about Todd's dad being dead and him disrespecting him. And the priest says that his dad beat him every day with a rake, but he's not bad-mouthing his dad in the house of the Lord. Todd finally decides to stand up for himself, much to Donnie's delight.
Strange timing.
Well, because Donnie was telling him to do it.
Why?
Yeah, to his fiance.
You were probably asleep, yeah. He says he can't focus on what the priest is saying because of his shit breath. Priest takes him out to the garden, punches him. Chad loves it. Caan catches Todd's fist and bites him. He's destroying Todd. Todd finally gets a shot in, and we get a, that's my boy.
They said it. He said it. For the third time.
Donnie's coaching him up. Caan is speaking in tongues. Todd refuses to run, goes into a crane kick form, and then Donnie knocks him out with a beer bottle.
Chad recognizes the bottle noise, but doesn't know why. I like that.
Yeah, the layers of this comedy are pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up either. JV's family's pissed at Todd. Donnie says to be proud of himself. Todd storms off. Donnie goes to smooth it out. Churches freak Todd out because of his dad's funeral. Something about a squirrel taking his dad's ball sack out of the coffin or something.
This reminded me of like the homeless version of the Ben Stiller lies from Heartbreak Kid.
Not homeless. It's way worse than homeless.
Near death.
Yeah.
On life support version.
Yeah.
Now Jamie has newfound care and love for Todd because she had no idea. Donnie says he doesn't want the priest tied to everything. They're going to find a new priest and a new church. Then Donnie says, use the boss's property. Now it's time for the bachelorette party bus. It's there. Jamie yells, don't get too crazy. Know your limits.
At one point, Will Forte said that he was in Rageaholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Donnie is excited, but they're going to a men's spa. Donnie thinks the cucumber water is going to be alcohol. He's being quite crass.
I read about this place in Oprah's magazine. I don't know if she writes the articles herself, but there's some real good stuff in it.
They're getting massages. Donnie has a $5 bill tucked into his towel. She starts describing a VIP package, and he's saying he just wants a hand job. Everybody's in the room.
Tickle my pickle, yank my crank, hold out to go. And he's being massaged by his real-life wife, Jackie Sandler.
Is that who that is?
Who made her film debut in, you guessed it, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Who was she in that?
No, we didn't see that one.
No idea. I haven't seen it, Zach.
Oh, I thought you meant the European.
Oh, no, the original Deuce.
Oh, gotcha.
So Rob Schneider found her for Deuce Bigelow, and then Adam Sandler married her.
Well, son of a bitch. How about that? They're getting pampered. Donnie's freaking out. He wants a real party. He says we should all be getting whacked off, each of us as a team. Now he's going to take over the night, and then he goes to fuck Anna Gasteyer, who's the head spa person.
All right, you know what? You are an imbecilic, immature, asinine, childish, caveman-like, hairy-knuckled, single-chromosomal, obnoxious, uneducated, ignorant asshole who I would like to fuck hard and long!
Now they're in a strip club. Chad's flirting with Donnie's friend. Stripper montage is there. Nick Swartzen is there.
Forte has only seen 3 vaginas in his life, and the third one was traumatic.
Guys, let me get in here and introduce myself. Hello, I'm Phil. I'm married with 4 children, and I've actually only seen 3 vaginas in my entire life. My wife's, my baby's, and my aunt's once by accident on the back of a tandem bike.
Champale shows her vagina. He says, I'm counting that as the 4th and the 5th. Ciara's talking to Todd. He's nervous. She knows the real him. They're flirting a bit. Montage. Todd and Donnie are having fun together, guys. Chad knocks out Nick Swartzen. I wrote, Amin just found his golden dumpster.
No, I didn't.
He was probably asleep for this.
No, I was awake. The montage.
Oh, I thought you'd just like to see Nick Swartzen get knocked out.
No, I wasn't, because the Marine guy really irritated me too. And I was kind of, again, Ciara dances at last, and it's like a stupid ass fucking Cool Modi Wild Wild West.
Why was Ciara in this movie?
I don't know. Why were any of them in this movie? Maze?
Money? How else are you going to spend that $70 million budget?
That's how you know.
Night is over. Donnie sends everybody home, wants alone time with Todd. Todd's worried about Jamie getting mad at him. Donnie got him a gift. It's an earring his mom gave Donnie. Todd says he doesn't have a pierced ear. Todd lets Donnie pierce it for him. There's blood everywhere. He says he feels dangerous.
Will Forte is getting blown by the neck brace stripper. I shouldn't be doing this. No, don't stop.
Donnie mentions Uncle Vanny, wants him to get back together with the old gang now. So that's where they're going. Uncle Vanny is, you guessed it, Vanilla Ice. Not just a cameo. Todd just found out that he was Vanilla Ice this whole time. Thought he was just Uncle Vanny. Thought they were just friends. Then we get a Todd Bridges cameo for some reason.
Just because.
And they say, what are you talking about, Willis?
You know, he definitely needs the money. I'm not gonna.
That one you're okay with?
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
I mean, Vanilla Ice does too, right?
Yeah, I guess.
2 Americas become 1 America there. Look at you, siding with both. Now they're wasted on the ice rink. They're messing with people. They're bowling themselves at the pins. Decides to teach Todd how to ride a bike. Todd's too scared. Explains why he rubs his underwear when he's nervous. They make some progress. Now he's riding a bike. It runs into a car. It's naked fat people fucking in the car. They chase after him. I didn't really get that.
Yeah. Fat couple fucking naked for no reason.
That's what you didn't get, huh?
They get back and Donnie says he loves him and wants to be called dad. Todd says he isn't ready for that. And I wrote, I bet we'll get a full circle moment at some point. Future callback.
Did we?
Yeah, he calls him dad at some point, right? A couple times.
Speaking of future callbacks, there's a nugget pocket where they stuff chicken nuggets in his pocket.
They have a moment. Todd asks what time they're going to prison tomorrow. Donnie says it was canceled. She just had chicken pox. Vanilla Ice pees all over himself, laying down.
I'm a fountain.
As Donnie goes to jack it to the grandma picture, she walks in, says to try the real thing. She takes off her robe. She's got an old-timey bathing suit on. Says, I'm going to ride you like the Model T.
I give this movie a grade of a T.
Todd starts trying to fuck the mannequin that has the wedding dress on because he thought it was Jamie.
Be nice to me.
He wakes up to Jamie screaming. He puked all over her dress. There's a substance on there that she just decides to lick for some reason because she can't tell what it is, and turns out it's jizz.
You puked on my dress and then fucked it.
Yeah, because, whenever I've ascertained that something has vomit on it and another mysterious substance, of course, my curiosity forces me to just put my tongue on it.
That makes me think of the Chappelle joke. Now let me leave my calling card.
Vanilla Ice comes in with a gun. He's also going to go fuck the grandma.
Donnie's proud.
He's wearing her shorts, by the way.
Donnie is talking to everybody about fucking his teacher. Todd calls him. Dry cleaner's going to fix the dress. He left Donnie a best man gift on the dresser, but he's also on his way to the prison to see Mom. And Donnie is rushing after him, tries to get him out of the prison before the camera crew comes. Then we get a slow-mo walk from Susan Sarandon.
The real one.
Stops at the water fountain.
Still a water fountain.
She recognizes the earring. Now they're flirting heavily with each other, and it's uncomfortable in front of Todd. And that's when Dan Patrick and the camera crew walk up. Todd's pissed. Donnie's trying to fix it. Todd storms out. He gets tased. He shits his pants on camera.
Another That's my boy. He said it.
He says, I hate you, Dad, and storms out. Donnie doesn't get paid unless that release form is signed.
Because he just made him throw away his security underwear, which is about a traumatic story about him shitting his pants, and then he shit his pants again.
Yeah, it's a callback.
Did you have security underwear, Mace?
When you shit yourself in high school. You're coming back from basketball practice. Do you remember?
Did you rub your underwear every time you got a little stressed?
Maze?
Did any family members convince you that that's ridiculous and you could just throw it away?
Maze?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Jerking off.
Nick Swardson brings him back on a scooter. He's packing up his stuff. He sees the gift from Todd, but before he can open it, he hears Jamie talking to a mysterious person on the phone. She's clearly cheating on him. Someone named Steve. Then the boss jokes about picking Will Forte as the new partner at the party, but it's actually he's picking Todd. Todd's the partner. Donnie shows up and tells Todd that Jamie is cheating on him. He calls her a snake in the grass, lets her know about the phone call.
They're Marcus cousins.
Turns out the phone call was Steve Goldstein, the wedding reporter from the Boston newspaper.
Donnie, you fool!
Donnie leaves disgraced. Chad leaves with Jamie. Bride and groom need to be apart for the night before the wedding. Nick Swardson and Donnie are drinking together, tells Donnie to win over Jamie to get another chance with Todd.
All women love ice cream.
Yep, and he shows up to the hotel with ice cream. He walks up to the door, and you can hear her getting banged out. You hear, you're half the size of Todd, but you use it so much better.
Strange.
He goes to the room next to hers, walks out on the ledge with the ice cream for some reason, drinks from a beer bottle in his sock.
Yeah, there's a running gag that he's always got Budweiser stashed all over the place.
Secret beers. There's a Natty Ice. There's a Rolling Rocks, all that shit.
Him pulling it out of his loose sock reminded me of John Travolta's knife in I Am Wrath.
He comes through the window, and she's riding her brother. My next notes are, what the fuck? Why this twist? Why this turn? Is this funny? Is incest funny?
I don't think Charlie Sheen would understand what's going on here. Topical.
Very topical. Tiger Blood. Winning. All that shit. I mean, have you stopped watching at this point?
Okay, so this is the note where I haven't seen anything after this. Also, gonna throw this out there. Didn't take a single note post Vanilla Ice saying 50% went to Queen and 60% went to Suge Knight.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's the last note I took.
Jamie tries to explain that she has sex with Chad from time to time because good-looking people have sex with good-looking people. This just so happens to be her little brother. Donnie pukes. Chad says this was going to be the last time.
He would never fuck a married woman because he's got morals.
Chad, adultery is bad. But incest is fucked up!
Please don't let him tell mommy about her secret tickle time. And I wrote, there are 20 minutes left?
Yeah, this was definitely a look at the clock moment.
Yeah, it turns out he's a fake Marine. He buys uniforms to trick dad from knowing that he's a modern jazz dancer.
Do you know what the technical term is for people like him?
No.
Stolen valor.
Ooh.
Turns out the military people get very upset at stolen valor.
Yeah.
I really want to say Stolen Valor features Cinephobe.
Is that a movie?
I don't know. It sounds like a fucking movie we would do.
Sounds like a Nick Cage movie, if I'm being honest. She also fucked the boss to get Todd his partnership. She offers Donnie money to cover it up. Shames him in not wanting to take away Todd's happiness. Now it's time for the wedding day. Todd is looking off into the ocean. Donnie calls Rex Ryan, says he's got the money. Jamie gave him $50K. Rex says we've all been there. Donnie looks at the gift, and it's from Todd, and it was the oven mitt with eyes.
So this doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Mitty?
He didn't remember it, and it looks old as shit.
Well, he was lying that he didn't remember it. He didn't want to give his dad anything. There are layers to this character.
He's had this whole time?
Probably.
All right.
Khan, the priest, apologizes to Donnie, wants to be a part of everything. The fill-in priest is playing Angry Birds, and I wrote callback.
Father Shikalu.
All right, from Grandma's Boy. Todd tells the priest Chad hit him with the bottle. Donnie and Ice get into the 5.0, and they're driving to the wedding. Driving and wedding montage. Chad is being weird with Todd. Jamie walks down the aisle. She tells Todd to fix his tie. Car gets stuck and they're running the rest of the way. And that's when Donnie interrupts the wedding. He's wheezing too hard from running, so he can't really speak. Objects to the marriage, but they're past that part. He calls Jamie a whore and the dad's coming after him. That's when the grandma trips him, says, let him speak his piece.
Donnie attempts to describe the way that love feels in one of the most terrible monologues I've ever heard.
I can't believe you're doing this.
Listen to me, buddy. You don't love this girl. I'm telling you, I had love. It's different. It's a different feeling. Love is like... It just leads you to a special connection. It's full of, like, feelings of awesomeness and the feelings you that wrap around you. It's deep in your stomach. It's in your head. It's in your fucking nutsack. It's in your dick. When it gets hard, there's still love at the tip. And it fucking sprinkles out. Like morning dew, shooting all over the grass.
Calls him son, and everybody is amazed. Jamie says to tell him the truth, she'll forgive him. That's what love is about. He says he was embarrassed by being a product of a teacher-student relationship. Jamie and Chad both say that's disgusting, and that's when Donnie says, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Chad screams she can still cancel the check. Todd asks what check. Donnie mentions 50 grand. He tears up the check, and Donnie tells her to tell him or he'll tell everybody there. Leighton Meester is kind of acting her ass off in the scene, by the way.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
No?
I don't know.
Facial expressions are great. No, she's killing it. She whispers something. He says that's not that bad. Donnie calls her a liar. Donnie asks what it is. She whispers again. And then Todd just keeps repeating what over and over and then screams, "You fuck your brother?"
Ugh. Cut to Father Shikalu. Fucking white people.
Chad says, "Mom, she started it." And then Jamie says it will be even better now because they're both messes. The relationship can still work. Todd says, "Let's not do this." Says his name is Han Solo. He is a burger like his father. Says he has new kids on the block tattoo, and he quits his job.
And he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs.
Yeah, you missed that reference, I mean. Could have saved the whole movie for you.
It's a shame, yeah.
Jamie runs at them with a knife. Donnie knocks her out with a beer bottle. And then Vanilla Ice says, "Word to your mother, brother fucker." And I wrote, that one line has to be the starting point for creating this movie.
That was the original title.
I think that is the original title. Han Solo knocks out Chad with a bottle. He gets back up, and the priest knocks him out. Says, "Let's get out of here, Dad." And then a big "was up" chain happens.
What's up?
Now they're at the strip club. They're eating cake. Han and Ciara are going to be together now. Swartzen is still there.
Todd Bridges is doing a shitload of cocaine.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of cocaine. Donnie won't accept the money. Then Rex Ryan runs in and says the fat guy's about to win the marathon. They turn on the TV. He falls down. He chugs chocolate milk. He wins. Donnie has now won $160,000. Freeze shot and roll credits.
This is how he wins Uncut Gems. Peter Donde is also in the crowd. And then there's a liquor store guy that has like a shotgun that he like shoots and he like follows them, and then he's like part of the crew.
Yeah, he's just part of the crew the rest
by
of
the end of the movie.
Yeah, I thought that was the most ridiculous part.
The montage part where like they go to bowling and then like they dive down the bowling lanes.
He opens fire at a diner.
Yeah, in the diner while they're pissing, and the diner people are watching them piss, and he's laughing maniacally. And by the way, Adam Sandler still hasn't spilled his beer, and this isn't a movie. This is just a fever dream.
When Andy Samberg got married in real life, he invited Adam Sandler to the wedding, and Sandler showed up as his character in this movie, outfit and all. That's funny, right, I mean?
That's my boy.
Yeah, you talk like this the whole time?
The film was originally rated NC-17 by the MPAA due to its explicit sexual content, making the film's Adam Sandler's only attempt at an NC-17 rated film. The film was later re-rated to R on appeal.
So do you think they like took something out? Because like
I'm sure they took a lot out.
Was that an NC-17 movie just because of the opening scene?
It's got to be the opening scene plus the incest.
Okay.
Like, is that really on par with Showgirls?
No.
I mean, Showgirls was just because of the nudity. They just, I think at the time they were just a little taken aback by the nudity. And I think Showgirls wanted to be NC-17 because a lot of movies, by the way, will be rated something. And then the filmmakers will edit it and send it back for review and make appeals and stuff like that. So I think Showgirls, they could have fought and been a rated R movie, honestly.
God. Can you imagine being a part of the MPAA and you have to watch this movie twice just to re-rate it?
I don't think you watch it the second time. You say, yeah, I got
you. Just say, fine, you did it. R. Adam Sandler, Tim Herlihy, Robert Smigel, David Wayne, and Ken Marino all did uncredited rewrites of the script.
What was the original version like?
That's a great question.
Well, the screenplay for this film was featured in the 2009 Blacklist, which is a list of the most liked unmade scripts of the year. And then everybody had a crack at it. So who knows? I have a feeling Adam Sandler added the mini Fenway.
Oh, his rewrites were just like, what if we have Rex Ryan in here and maybe a Tom Brady poster on the wall.
Adam Sandler is 12 years older than Andy Samberg. One of the rare Adam Sandler movies not to make back its budget. Peter Dante and Father Shikalu are the same characters from Grandma's Boy, the Grandma's Boy cinematic universe.
Yeah.
This movie is a part of that.
Future Cinephobe.
Todd was born while his mother was serving a jail sentence for statutory rape. Leighton Meester, who plays Todd's bride, Jamie, was born while her mother was serving a jail sentence for drug smuggling.
Oh, I thought you were going to say statutory rape, and I was like, whoa!
Now it means in on the movie.
Yeah.
And this movie won Razzies for Worst Actor, Adam Sandler, and Worst Screenplay. Was nominated for Worst Picture, Worst Supporting Actor, Swardson and Vanilla Ice, Worst Screen Couple, Adam Sandler, and any of the three people in the movie, and Worst Screen Ensemble, the entire cast.
Vanilla Ice wasn't that bad.
He was pretty good.
He was all right.
Yeah. I actually thought Andy Samberg was not that bad in this movie.
I mean, he has the really unenviable task of being the straight man in this piece of shit.
Right.
But his little asides and he actually seemed like like a real person.
This episode flies by when Amin completely checks out.
Yeah, it really does.
It just happened earlier than normal. Sandler Wars have been rough on Amin.
Golden Dumpster.
This was a tough field here. Eva Murray is the hot, problematic teacher. I mean, she's smoking hot, and I guess she justified the premise. Tony Orlando is Steve Spiro, the rich boss. He was really going for it. I really liked when Andy Samberg made a face of just real sadness after blowing the first "What's up?" He's like, "What's up?" And then he's like, "Oh, I feel shame." Vanilla Ice as himself. Milo Ventimiglia as Chad, the brother of the bride, acting his ass off. There's a Anna Gasteyer rant that ends with saying she wants to fuck Adam Sandler. Will Forte's performance is Phil, and the liquor store owner that randomly opened shotgun fire at a diner, and then becomes part of the crew.
Amin?
My golden numbers is going to Vanilla Ice and Todd Bridges doing whatever it takes to make ends meet.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Will Forte. He had a good couple scenes in the middle there during the bachelor party montage that made me laugh. It's tough. It's hard to think of the thing that was most aggressively bad about this movie.
Yeah. Can I just say incest?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sure. You've just really been hitting the topical golden dumpsters, which I appreciate.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Racism, incest, really coming out as the moral center of Cinephobe.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to, bring this pot up.
Are you? You picked it, motherfucker.
Is it? Are you?
Aren't I? All right, so phobe or file, I've got to go first, right? Because I picked it. I mean, it's a phobe. It's like it's.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's really bad. There's no redeeming. It's too long. Like the fact that this movie is 2 hours is fucking nuts.
I'll tell you what's nuts. Grub Suit was bad. Deuce Bigalow 2 was bad.
Yeah,
but somehow. They are Schindler's fucking List compared to this movie.
It's crazy how we started the rental wars. We started this war, and my picks just keep getting more painful. It's weird how that's happening.
This is the first one since After Earth where I was just like, you know what? Maybe I got it. What do they call it? You never get into a land war with...
You never get into a land war in Asia?
Yeah, maybe this is a land war in Asia.
Mayes, phobe or file? You gonna sweep it?
I think this was the best of the movies that we did in the rental wars.
What?
This was the best?
Are you out of your fucking mind?
R.I.P.D., Grown Ups 2, Deuce Bigalow, Jason X. I think it's the best one of those.
I'll watch any one of those movies again.
But it's 37% longer than Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo, and it is a phobe. Man.
Yeah, sweep it. Never get into a land war.
Just the spreadsheet is just turning into gushing blood. Everywhere.
It's turned into The Shining. Yeah. Like just the hallway.
The reds is just.
Yeah, man.
Like, if you hadn't filed Jason X, by the way, if you're not a Patreon, you should check that out. Be a Patreon and then check it out, I should say.
Yeah, patreon.com/countthedings. You get a special episode that will not be released. Special Halloween episode will not be released on this feed.
It would have been 3 straight sweeps and 4 out of the last 5 movies.
Yeah.
We're really in it. We're really in it.
I mean, it's going to get worse. If you want it to get worse, it will get worse.
I got it, man. I got a list. I actually had someone tweet me a suggestion. I was like, take that off, because that's one of the suggestions.
All right, then Mayes, it's your chance to play the fucking golden child here.
All right, couple things. So I watched Gemini Man.
We've already done that.
No, I know. Should I supply a rating?
Oh, yeah, if you got one.
Oh, yeah. What you got?
So you guys both phobed it.
It doesn't seem that bad
That was
anymore.
a year ago. Like, the shit we've been through since then, it's nowhere near, like, it doesn't deserve to be a negative sweep. So I think I'm going to file Gemini Man belatedly here. Didn't love it, but...
Wait, are you judging just based on what's happened since?
Well, how am I supposed to go back to the me before all of this pain?
That's fair. That is fair.
You know, it is late, and I could just leave it the way it is, but I will file it.
No, I like having that buttoned up.
And then eventually someday I'll watch, Kangaroo Jack, Good Day USA, but that will not be soon.
This movie makes that look like the fucking Lion King. Like,
that was a good movie.
We both phobed it.
It didn't make much sense, but you know what?
Yeah.
It didn't waste our time.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
The rental wars have been long. The Sandler wars, the Sandal wars have been very trying. I'm going to bring the rental wars to a decisive end here with the movie that is available to watch on HBO Max. The one thing that I must say with these picks that you guys have been making, you guys are kind of pussies, so we're going to do Cats.
Oh, no! Mayes!
Wow.
Honestly, Mayes, that was a pick that I wanted to make, but I was like, yo, I'm going to save this on the absolute, like, when I'm ready to burn this whole thing down. I wasn't ready.
I've been waiting to do Cats since it came out, man.
You guys, these are train picks. R.I.P.D. and Cats are train picks when we can't escape except for jumping off a train.